Hello everybody. I have had numerous requests to show you my creative space, my room. Now, look away if you get triggered or if you start getting a little bit uptight about a mess, because Glory only knows it's a mess. I'll show you the reason why this has happened yet again in my room. So I'll show you that later. This is just a walk around just to show you the consequences of having too much stuff. So here we go over here. So I have the two, you can tell that I've done those up there. They look so neat and tidy, don't they? And then this is my awesome dresser that I absolutely love. And Graham said to me, oh, we'll have to paint it and do it up before it comes inside. And I said, no. So that's my case, my gorgeous case, authentic. And you can't see it, but it belonged to a serviceman. And there's his name and his part number. Now this big beauty, see this cupboard all the way down, and there's two layers. There's my beautiful paper that I'll tell you about, that I will be giving you the opportunity to buy some soon. So down here, now my light box at the moment, that's it there. It will actually, I'm sorry, I'll try not to make it sit. It will sit there when I'm finished. So if I just give you a pan down, so I have my two good machines up on the desk. Well, they're all good machines, but I'm sorry, them and my little paper machine is, you can see it just underneath the table. So be careful what you wish for, people. Look at my chair. I said, that's not that old. I've worn the layer of leather off it. So as you can see, I'm in a bit of a mess and it's halted production. But what I will do is, or the only way you're going to see this is if I've finished cleaning up, and I'll show you the finish. So this is actually the before, people. That's not really. And that little plastic chest of drawers is actually on a little dolly, a little tray that Graham made me, so I can wheel it in and out so I can get to those last four tubs that are on the end there. And if anything like that's a little bit difficult, that's supplies that I am yet, I've got some out, and they're just where I store my extras. So I still need to tidy this up because it's just messy. And I like things to be uniform. I can work in a mess because I make a mess, but I can't live in one, if that makes any sense at all. So if I try and go around nice and slowly, I've got two windows. They're actually a grey, and they've got a blackout behind them. But if it was daytime and if that blind was up, you'd see my store shed out the back. So things are pretty grim here. Try not to go crazy like I do, people. This can be like one of those warnings, couldn't it? Or a before and after. We'll figure that one out. Okay, I'll go back and continue to try and make sense of this room that I love, that defines me, and I hopefully not too long will come back and show you my creative space. Okay, bye for now. Okay, here I am standing at my door to walk into my craft room, into the zone. The two black drops you see at the back are blinds, and they are windows there, obviously, if they're blinds. You hear the rumblings? That's my two. The little one, that's one of his 5 beds or so. Purebred Jack Russell and a purebred, Border Collie. So this is a 16 cube unit, and just counted out, I've got 31 of those 12 by 12s. They've all got projects, and then I've got a layer of 12 by 12s, then a set of purchase drawers that go with the unit, and then the ones with black handles, they're all trays of ephemera. I'm trying to do it so that I don't make you sick. So I'll open this up and you can see that they're all divided. So I have and then the fourth one. There's no need for me to open them all. So they're all drawers of varying depths, and it's where I put all my ephemera. So I've got 4 cubes of those, and then I've got cubes. Down the bottom there's a pink box. It's the subscription first of the month, or the first Saturday of the month. I wish shot them so I don't run into them. So that's mystery box, mystery botanical box from Paper Inspirations. So that's a 12 by 12 on 12 by 12 paper on wheels that my husband Graham made for me, and there he's made another set of shelves to sit on top of it, and that's my journal. Behind there's an IKEA trolley, and that is full of projects and ideas for me to do videos on, and a couple of cube units there leading up to the top, and there's some stuff on the top of that. And then over there, that's a 8 cube unit in behind there, and then going next door to it, this is a bookcase. So it goes from there, it goes down, and that drawer that's partially open has got vintage papers that I use, and then the bottom drawer is just full of scraps, which probably wasn't the smartest idea in the world. So those two over here, the 2 wide ones, and that big one where you can see the rolls, that's all collage stuff. And then this is the mate to the other 8 cube on the other side, and then there's some storage cubes underneath. So this is my desk. So this is what you see, well, rarely, but that's what it looks like when it's clean. So that's my desktop, and I've got a camera overhead that you can see there, and then I've got a selection of stamps, stencils, different odds, and I change them out to other ones that I've got stored just to give me some more room and make sure I'm using all my stuff. And then that's just a stack of my little plates that I've got that I put things on. And then we go over here, that's my big rotary cutter, and underneath here I have another 12 by 12 stack, my big guillotine, they're 12 by 12 guillotine, then my sewing machine, and then some things waiting for me to sew. I use the basket method, as I've told you all before, so there's some easy access baskets for me. Then this goes along the length, so I'm standing right smack in the middle of my mat, and this is looking up. So I have, like I said, my paper machine is underneath me here to pick up, and then you can see my big machine, my faff and my overlocker. They're spare containers over there after the big clean out, and I mean I've had a massive clean out. There's my beautiful tall boy that Graham wanted to restore, and I said no, it's the only bit of furniture in here that's got some character. The rest of it's all courtesy of IKEA. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's all white and shapeless. And that's my tripod you can see in the corner there, and we go to another trolley that's got things waiting for me to process. And then up here, that plastic drawers, that's got all different sorts of coffee dyeing in there, and it's on wheels, so when I want to get to that end length of cubes, I can just wheel it out. So this is another big 16, and then I've got all those baskets up the top there. So you can see all my cottons there. The first one's alcohol inks, and There's all different sorts. Now I was going to turn on, I'll let you have a look at that amazing suitcase. So that was owned by an ex-serviceman, probably. I'm trying to keep it still. Just a minute. Lads. Okay, so I'm going to have to edit that bit. So here we have, like I said, my overlocker. That is my Echo Tank. It's an Epson printer, and I could not be happier with that. And this big beast here is what instigated last week's mess that I had to work around and get around. So anyway, my camera is up there. This was a serviceman's suitcase, his name and his part number, as we call it. Those flowers I use just for my photography, and then I've got a fan there, and it works with the air conditioning. So this, I think I finally have solved my problems, and if I haven't, I just have to, it has to go, it can't come in after all this. So they're too deep in there, so there's huge. Now they are beautiful bundles of Russian vintage papers that I got that are waiting for me to put in bundles and put them up on the shop. And it's just amazing, the paper that's there. And then in behind them there's some books, Russian books. Now this is my light box. I haven't sorted it out yet, I've just chucked everything back in, but just to give you an idea, Graham made that for me as well. So it's got LED lights around the top of it, and it's painted white. And then some of the things I use. So now I'm standing here. This are the Guilty Pair. And you see that blanket they have tug-of-wars with that. So Cody's the big fella, Louie's the little one. And when Louis first started coming here, oh, that's just the filing cabinet, business stuff. Louis would climb all over Cody and jump all over him and carry on like a right nuisance. So we got a rug, and I think this is about the third or fourth one now, I don't know. They play tug-of-war with it, and that's all the growling and the noise you can make. So if I just step back here, that's my chair that I've just about worn out. Just mainly just haven't got around to replacing it, but there's nothing wrong with the chair, and it hasn't actually split on the seat yet, so it's not really that bad. So that's looking at it from the other end of the room. So I'm in front of the tall boy now. So there you have it. I've been asked and I've shown. Underneath at the back you can see there's an old blanket box there. That's got a lot of sewing things in there to do, like the batting for quilts, and I think mainly just projects in there as well. Keep those baskets at the front now because I'm always reaching for them. And that's about it. Yeah, and like I said, that's just to orientate. That's the window. If you look out there, it's got my storeroom that Graham did. They're my uniquely creative binders, spring binders, that are theoretically my reference journals to everything I make. I haven't got much in them yet because I haven't done it. And there you can see the camera. It just comes down, very unattractive, just comes down and is above my desk. So now you know where I'm hanging out and what it looks like, and you know what all the noise is. I'll probably have to edit most of what I've done out. I might have to do a voiceover. We'll see how it goes. So I hope everybody's enjoyed a little virtual tour. And this is where I spend the majority of my waking life, and I love every minute of it. So until we talk again, be kind to yourself. Please be kind to the person standing next to you, and keep safe. Bye for now.